The following broadcast is intended for mature audiences. These are real people sharing very real, deeply personal experiences. This content may be considered triggering for others and for those who are sharing. The chat room is a privilege intended for discussions and sharing. You are not being asked to agree, but you are being asked to stay civil and refrain from personal attacks. Listener discretion is advised. All right, welcome back to Am I Mental? Live podcast where people talk about how mental health impacts life and how life impacts mental health. I'm your host, E, and with us, we got everybody. We got Bexy and C tonight.
Hi.
Hello, yes.
So, if you guys have been paying attention and you've gone to mimental.net in the last few days, you may have noticed a complete theme change. We have a webmaster. We have a web developer now, and they are doing it voluntarily because fan of the show. Thank you. So yeah, that's really awesome to have that. So now I can actually get it updated with all the episodes because we're about a year behind on the episode listing, but it happens. Aside from that, if you guys want to help out, by all means, the best way to do it, share episodes, especially ones that you think will resonate with others or ones that resonated with you, and maybe even talk to the other people about why it resonated with you. This podcast has helped a lot of people, and that's what our goal is to try to help as many as we can. That said, if you want to do more than just to help out by sharing that way, you could also go to mimental.net/donate. There's a number of ways you could donate, and we also have a Teespring store, so you can go ahead and buy some merchandise, shirt, masks, stickers, tote bags, hoodie, whatevs. And if there's anything that you would like to see that's not there, let us know. Just, guest at mimental.net or guests, plural, at mimental.net. Like, hey, can you guys make this? And if it's available for us to make, yeah, we'll make it. Outside
I have to say, I just got one of the tote bags, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Honestly, I love the tote bag. I still want to get that one t-shirt, but man, they're not cheap. I have the prices down to where we're barely going to make any money off of the items. The way I look at it, it's more of advertising. If you want to advertise for us and get some cool, good quality stuff, do it. Most places charge way more for the stuff that we're selling. We're barely making anything off of it. Again, it's not about us making money. It's about us getting the message out. That said, tonight's guest, we have Lennon.
Hey.
So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight.
I'm Lennon. I'm 37 years old. I'm going to talk about my struggles through my whole life with mental health and that sort of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, some of us here can raise our hands and say, I've been struggling with suicidal thoughts and depression since I was in second grade. So, yeah. Not a stranger to dealing with mental health issues his whole life. C was raising their hand too. Yeah, C's. We've had on episode, we've had to talk C down.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was then. You seem to be doing a lot better now.
Right now, yes. It's very nice.
Yes. So, where do you want to start, Lennon?
Well, everything started when I was 6. I had, my mom almost passed away when I was 6 years old and left me, in the care of my dad for a couple months, and that's when everything just sort of went downhill. After that point, I started getting in trouble in school, getting in fights, just struggling with PTSD, which at the time, of course, 90s, they didn't know it was PTSD.
Right, back in the 90s, it was just barely even got the diagnosis PTSD because it used to be shell shock. And they thought only soldiers could have it.
Yeah, at that time they thought it was ADD or ADHD. That was the big diagnosis that everybody was getting diagnosed with.
Yeah, we're not sure what's wrong with you. You're hyper. There we go.
Yeah. Like that solves everything.
Yeah, here's your Ritalin.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which They did give me the Ritalin, but unfortunately that had adverse side effects for me, which made everything worse.
Oof.
Yep, that can happen.
Oof. That's rough.
Let's be honest. Yeah. Ritalin at its time was really good for very, very select few people. But overall, it was a very bad, very dangerous drug. What we have now, so much better. It's like refined versions of, like derivatives of. What was it that my son used to be on? Concerta. That one was actually pretty nice, and it was a derivative of Ritalin without actually having the drawbacks of Ritalin. But I mean, in the 90s, yeah, it was Ritalin.
Yeah.
Kind of like that South Park episode.
I think I know which one you're talking about, yes.
When all the kids got medicated, and they're just all...
Yes.
zombies.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what it did. What did it do for you?
It made me violent.
That's super not good.
No. So I was already getting in fights and already having hyperactivity problems, and it just made it tenfold. Just made it 100 times worse.
Oof. So basically it acted like a magnifying glass for the bad parts of your personality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ouch.
I totally get that, because that happened to me before when I was on a medication.
I am so glad I haven't had this experience.
Oh,
me
you
too.
Don't want it. You don't want it.
No.
No.
I mean,
no, not at all.
I had one that the best thing I could say was it was a mild dystonic reaction, which was Effexor, which is great for some people. Oh, not for me. And then I had Ambien, which had someone said, hey, you want to go streaking down the middle of the freeway? Oh, yeah, I would have done it. Like, I had no inhibitions when I was on Ambien. Yeah. I understand, like, when people say that they did things that they don't remember or things that they are really embarrassed about. Yeah. Yeah, you're not really you on Ambien. You're you with zero filter and zero care. It is scary.
Wow. I guess I consider myself lucky that the first antidepressant I ever had to take actually works really well for me, and I'm still on it.
Oh, that's so good. The first one.
Good. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. The first one I ever went on was the cause of why I was first hospitalized, and is the first official time, I think, when I started getting violent thoughts and like imagery in my head.
Wow. So yeah,
it
that
still happens. I'm not on Prozac anymore, but it still happens.
Ooh, I went on Paxil for my first one. I emotionally flatlined where I started manipulating and hurting people in the hopes that I would feel something as a response.
Yeah.
Like I deliberately hurt your feelings as hard as I could, and I feel nothing. Not even remorse. Nothing. Nothing.
I'm really glad I didn't know you then.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know you then. Oh, and what was even worse is when I quit.
Yes, that's... Yes.
You know it's bad when you have people come like that, like your friends and family say, did you not take your meds recently? That obvious, huh? So how about you, Lennon? Like, what about, like, let's just, this is as a kind of where we are today, instead of like diving too much into the past right now. Where are you today? Like me, I'm depressed. I have anxiety. Like just general anxiety. I have seasonal affective disorder, and a good chance I might be bipolar too.
Today they have me as with complex PTSD, bipolar, generalized anxiety disorder. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm depressed on occasion, but I'm doing really good.
Good.
That's awesome to hear.
Yes, I mean we've talked off and on
for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've talked to Drummel, you know, a little bit more. But yeah, no, I know that you've had some bad swings and you've had some good days. I'm glad that right now you're doing good. Like, seriously, it makes me happy to hear this.
Meds make a difference. I got on some medication that's helping me with staying on an even keel.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important. Like, I would love to have less swings myself. I don't want to get rid of the swings because, I mean, that's just life, but I'd like to make them less vicious, less extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Drummel dropped in the chat. Makes me happy too. Well, yeah, when things are more peaceful with yourself, things are more peaceful in your relationships as well.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
And he's been a big factor in helping with me staying on my meds and being focused 100% on getting better.
He's a really good guy. I felt a connection really fast with him. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't connect. I mean, people always go, "Wow, we connect really fast." I'm like, yeah, I do. To some people, I don't connect often, but when I do, man, it's there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Drummel just shared something in the chat. If one of you two want to take it.
Yeah, he did. He said, "Yeah, we haven't fought in like 6 months now," which is amazing.
Yep.
Whew, I wish I could say that with my
amazing.
relationship. No, that is amazing. So anyway, so you got on this wrong med.
Yeah.
The Ritalin that really made you violent. And I take it acting out, got more trouble at school, thanks to the med. If I don't miss my mark.
Yeah, I ended up in juvie for a while, ended up in group homes until I was 19.
Oof, group homes are the devils from what I've heard.
It was not fun, let's put it to you that way.
I can imagine.
I've heard some horror stories.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then you go out on your own at 19.
I ended up getting depressed again. Ended up moving back in with my parents for about 10 years.
Oh, wow. You know what? I'm glad your parents were there for you for that.
Yeah, so do I. They've really been a good support system to have over all of this. They've always been there for me, forgiven me for every stupid thing I did. And yeah, they've been awesome.
I wish more people could say that about their parents. Like, seriously. I have been having discussions with some people in the last couple of days, finding out just like how awful some parents really are. It's like, my parents weren't the best, but dear God, compared to some parents out there, my parents are like upper echelon amazing, you know?
Right. You're right.
It's like, wow. I mean, yeah, I can say my parents have always been there for me and always tried to support me. My dad, he tried to push me into what he envisioned I should be for a long time, and it wasn't until I finally stopped giving a fuck that he started accepting me for who I am and what I was interested in. It took a while, but we're there now.
That's awesome.
I mean, he did kick me out of the house. Not lying about that. That was fun. He kicks me out of the house, but then he rips out all the spark plug wires and the coil wire from my truck. Yeah, I'm supposed to leave how?
Wow.
Good times, man. Good times. Wow, so during that 10 years that you were with your parents, like, were you still on the same medication? Were you seeing therapists, getting different meds? Like, what's the story?
When I was 17, they put me on a very strong antipsychotic. And it essentially, the reason I lived with my parents for so long was because I was zombified for 13 years.
Oh,
Ooh.
man. That had to be so weird to be
It
in
was,
that mental state for that long.
yeah. So I was seeing therapists, but the meds stayed basically the same during that period of time. It wasn't till I had a psychiatrist that said, this med is not right. We need to get you off of it. And he got me off of it, but it was like a dam burst in my head of emotions and feelings I hadn't felt since I was 17. According to him, there was no emotional development for 13 years.
Oh, I
So
mean,
I
how
was
could there
Wow.
be?
Wow.
so I was 20 or almost 30 and essentially the brain of a 17-year-old.
Wow. And then, I mean, for 17 years, you didn't deal with emotions. You didn't have to.
Nope.
So I would have imagined that it was
Wow.
even worse than your average 17-year-old who's basically is a living emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow. I just... So what was it like? Like, they say they finally... I mean, did they wean you? Did they cold turkey?
They weaned me off of it, but I remember very vividly the night that I stopped completely and I just went through extreme withdrawals. But they tried to wean me, but it didn't work.
Wow.
well, after 13 years of being so dependent on this medicine, being in your system and everything, your body probably just went haywire.
Right.
Yeah, it did.
I can only imagine what it would be like when those emotions that have been pent up for 13 years come flooding in. I mean, it's already just the thought of having even like a month's worth of emotions come flooding in scares the living hell out of me. We're talking 13 years where where you stopped dealing with emotions because you didn't have to.
Yeah.
Wow, that had to be terrifying.
Sounds
Absolutely.
like it.
Yeah, it was the worst thing I've ever gone through. And I mean, I went through some pretty bad shit when I was in the group homes and juvie and the psych hospitals, but that was the worst.
Wow. I mean, I'm just still trying to wrap my brain around it. It's just...
Most people can't. And when I tell people, it's very hard to understand. I don't even understand it.
It's like I flatlined for about a 2-year window. So it's like I have a baseline where I can kind of get an idea because the flatline is the same kind of thing. I don't feel anything.
Right.
And then when I was off the meds, I felt everything. And it was more intense because I wasn't used to it.
Insane. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and my experience was a little bit different because I had all the emotions. I was just never allowed to express the emotions. And so for 30 years, all of my true feelings were bottled up and kept inside. And when they exploded, they exploded.
Yeah, they did.
If it wasn't for E, I don't know how I would have dealt with that explosion.
Not
at
just
all.
me. Not just me.
No, not just you. There were a lot of people.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people there for me. All of our group from our Twitter group.
Hashtag boobs!
I love me some hashtag boobs.
Boobas. Everyone loves those things sometimes.
So the whole... Okay, so really fast, just to kind of get an idea what the hashtag boobs is about. We talked about it before in a past episode way back when. There was an interview on CNN And the guy said that there's only two things that have never let him down: the Constitution and boobs. And CNN had a complete meltdown over boobs. We temporarily renamed our chat group Boobs, and we talked about everything was hashtag boobs.
Still to this day, we hashtag boob things.
At random. DeVern's saying something to you, Bexy.
Uh-oh. I'm scared. No.
Oh, and with you, Lennon. DeVern's got something for both of you.
Okay, my chat has gone stupid, so...
I can read it.
Okay, please do, because I can't see comments right now.
Vern said, I feel like I relate to Bexy's 30 years and with Lennon's zombification, but not exactly. I can't explain it, but I understand somehow. And somehow think I have my own version of that because the real me isn't out yet.
That makes sense, actually. Having gotten to know DeVern to the level that we have. Like, if I didn't know DeVern, I'd have been like, what? So what was that like, say, that first year? You're off of that med. You're no longer a zombie.
Well, I moved out of my parents' house like about after 3 months after that. So
I can only imagine that your parents were both a little bit sad that you had to go, but probably glad because, Jesus, she's feeling everything.
Oh, my dad had boxes in my room, and he's like, so when are you going? Oh, here's a car. Go. Just go.
Wow. Look, we're not kicking you out, but we're really, really encouraging you to go.
Yeah. It was just a process of getting to know who I was.
I mean, for 13 years, you were essentially just an automation.
Yes. I was essentially who my mom wanted, a creation of what she wanted. Because I lived with her and I was her best friend and all that. And then of what she created in her religious, we won't go into that, but what she wanted. And when I went off the med, it was like, wait a minute, I'm not this person. This isn't me. I'm totally on the other end of the spectrum. Like, wait a minute. Okay. So it was just watching movies was different. Reading books was different. Everything, playing video games was different. It's like just trying to find what my niche, is that the right word? I think.
Yeah, niche.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where my place in life was.
It's hard carving out that place for yourself sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I still don't know it.
Yeah, no. I mean, and Drummel said, yeah, her mom still wants her home like she was back then. My response was, fuck that noise. Seriously.
I'm saying.
And in KBB Kingdom, I cringe whenever a parent calls their child their best friend. That situation usually doesn't end well. Oh, I have to agree with that. I mean, I'm good friends with my kids, my older kids, but I shouldn't be their best friend. Their peers should be their best friends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And, I mean, I raised my kids to where, they understood. Dad hat comes first, and I don't like the dad hat. We can be friends, but I am your dad first. And, some kids and some parents can actually do that balance. Some can't. Some that has to be the parent-child relation the entire time. I was very fortunate with my older kids. My younger kids are still yet to be seen where that goes. Right now, the 6-year-old has an emotional meltdown at the drop of a hat, but, she's 6 years old.
To be expected from a young child.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it's like, I will listen. Okay. Then let me tell you this again. No! But you just said you're going to listen!
Oh, yes.
But they
young
didn't
children.
say when they were going to listen.
I'm gonna have to catch her on that. Are you gonna listen now?
Big brain moment.
Yeah, seriously, that was good, Bexy. Because I would have actually used that in my advantage if I was in the other situation. I didn't say I'd listen now, Dad.
That's why I thought of it.
Wow. So it sounds like also not only was it you leaving, it sounded pretty mutual. You wanted the hell out of there too. It sounds like.
Yeah. I was 30 years old. I wanted to find my place in the world.
Now I hear the Hercules song, "A Place Where I Belong."
Yep.
Wow, I bet that song really resonated with you too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good song. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. That is a really good coming of age, finding my own path song. It really, really is.
Yeah.
I love that song.
It's a good song. Like that whole movie, that whole soundtrack's so good. We were at gymnastics just on Monday, and all of a sudden they started playing the, the intro song, the dun dun da da dun. I was like, I know that song.
So. Is it with the ladies on the
Muses?
pot?
Yes.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And DeVern just said, I'm almost 30 and still in my parents' house too. It's nice to know I am not alone. Lennon was in that place, Bexy's soul was in that place, and now I'm in that place nearly. It's nice to know it's an age where that's okay, but I still hate myself. I don't know why you'd hate yourself. You're awesome.
Exactly.
Right?
It's totally okay.
Yeah.
You are totally a vibe, DeVern. We were just talking about that earlier.
Literally.
Yes, literally. Just that was the last thing we talked about, I think, before we actually went live. We saw you in the chat. It was like, dude, DeVern, man. I mean, seriously, I hate that I had to miss that last episode because I was sick. I freaking hate it.
It was wonderful.
It really was.
Yeah, no, I love you a lot, DeVern, just so you know. You may hate yourself, but I got love for you.
Me too.
Exactly.
All the love.
Exactly.
So-
We'll give it to you.
So you go out, you get in the car, you got your shit packed. What happens next? I mean, you're probably still recovering from 13 years of zombification. Probably trying to get used to your emotions again.
I just go and just rent a room and just try to find myself. That's what I did for, I don't know, 4 years.
So, like, what things did you, try? What did you discover?
I got a job for the first time. I made friends. I dated, which I hadn't done before. Just sort of, that sort of stuff.
Nice.
You say that sort of stuff like it's no big deal, but when you're someone who has been in a situation where you haven't been afforded those opportunities for one reason or another, it's a huge deal. So good for you for doing all of that and doing it on your own.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that if they were in not even the same situation, even like a lesser but similar situation, they would have just locked up, frozen, gone homeless, and just be, for lack of a better way of putting it, a bum on the street to this day. And you went out there and you took the world by its nuts and said, I am going to live, it sounds like.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I've always been a fighter. I've always been, I'm not one to give up. I've never given up. And so I wasn't going to give up at that point. Trust me, there were times where I wanted to give up and it was too hard, but I didn't.
That's awesome. You never happened to go homeless, did you?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
Well,
Been there. It sucks.
Okay, wait. There was a 2-week period of time where I did live in my car.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it was only 2 weeks. It wasn't that big a deal.
As long as it wasn't like 2 weeks in, like, say, the Vegas area during August. Because fuck that.
No.
No, but if it's like 2 weeks, coastal California, just about any time of year, yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't lovely, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, no, we've had a couple of people on the show that, for one reason or another, did spend some time living in their vehicle. Actually, one of my best friends, I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, he was living in his vehicle. He would leave work every day at the same time that he was scheduled to. And then he would go and he would park in a vacant lot and sleep. Then he'd come into work early the next day because we had a shower facility and like a gym, and he would use that to get himself, clean, and because that was his shower, that was his bathing,
Right.
and use laundromats, and like it was actually one of his managers that actually realized what was going on and helped to get him on a better path. So yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
And even his wasn't like, that bad. His was bad, but it wasn't horrible. I was without a house, without a vehicle, without a job for a while there. I was couch surfing, thank goodness for that. But even that was starting to become less and less of an option. I was on the verge of being out literally on the street, sleeping in the street. Yeah, so good on you for never having to face that. Like, seriously, I don't wish it upon anyone. I really don't. Damn. Yeah, I'm back there now, facing that. It's like when I finally got a job, I was using the check cashing places. And I tell you what, you want to stay poor? Use check cashing places. They will keep you poor. They take such a chunk of your money. And here's the thing. You don't have to have a house to get a bank account. You need a check. Like the one you're using at the cashing place. I had a reason for not using banks at the time. I had outstanding debt, and they were trying to garnish it, and no. No. I had collectors after me, too. Yeah, I tell you what, you go homeless, collectors can't find you anymore.
I mean, big brain move.
And then get on a lease with somebody where they're the primary, and I'm just kind of there. Then when I finally got my debt settled, then I was like, okay, I can start renting again. And I'm a homeowner now, which is nice. Yeah, and Dromo was just saying that losing housing is a big thing for her.
Yeah, that's a big thing I get scared of.
Well, having been there, yeah, that shit's scary.
I can say that's a totally
rational thing to fear.
Totally rational fear, Yeah,
Oh yeah, see, by the
Scary.
way, if you ever decide to move out and, take up my offer of moving in with me, I'm going to kick you out for like 3 weeks so you can be homeless and experience it. I totally wouldn't do that to you. I couldn't do that to anybody. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Like, even when I'm trying to
make me cry.
Like, I had to kick somebody out before. But even then, I'm like, I can't kick you out till you have your own place. Now, please get your own place. Devern just said, that fear is always why I kept myself at home. My mom sometimes would empty threat it if we were fighting enough. I'm glad you took it on your own and won, Lennon.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, we have the best people on our chat.
Yeah, we do.
That's one of the nice things about having this podcast still not big. We have really good people in the chat. We've only had, one, maybe two people come in so far, like, hey, advertise, get the fuck out. But we've had no trolls. Let's keep it that way. But
Very understanding people.
Yeah, but seriously, Yeah, I'm not 2 weeks. So was that like the 2 weeks? Was it because of just like timing? Had to be out of one place, waiting for the other place.
Yeah, I had to be out of one place, and we were waiting for the other place to be ready. So I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, I have nowhere to go. I'm so scared. It's like, no, it's just, well, we just got to survive 2 weeks.
Yeah, you could look at it as a staycation. Hey, let's go camping. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could definitely put a positive spin on it because you know that it ends. It has a finite time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Cat just gave me the Groucho Marx emoji.
What?
You know, the funny sunglasses disguise, the big nose,
Yeah,
eyebrows,
I see
mustache.
Yeah, the disguise.
No, that's cool. And was that with Drummel?
No, that was not. That was with an ex that I had.
X's are X's for a reason. We don't need to delve into that.
Exactly.
Unless you're talking about, you know, the whole thing is about your ex, fine, we'll go there. But if there's no need to go there, we don't need to go there.
Nah, we don't need to go there.
No, I could tell you just the conversations that I've had with Drummel. He cares for you a lot. Dare I say he loves you.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. No, I mean, yeah, you are on his mind a lot. Like, when things are going rough, you are on his mind heavily. He's a good dude.
I got lucky.
I don't know you got lucky. I think you got what you deserve. You went through hell. And you got yourself a good guy who's understanding, compassionate, and hell-bent on helping you become the best version of you that you can be. That is like, comes through crystal clear. And Kat just said, Lennon, I admire your fortitude for being so strong.
Thank you.
Kat, because you said you'd kick her out. I wouldn't kick her out. I'd kick C out. Let's get that clear. Unless you're talking to Drummel, because I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Vice versa on that too. She is understanding too. That's good. So you guys are really helping each other.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go about it.
So sweet.
I love that.
Drummel could come on if he wants to, if you're okay with that.
I think he's busy.
He's like, I used to make that offer. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Runs into the bathroom. That's guy code for I'm avoiding.
I'm sitting right next to her.
Yes, I'm a shithead. I know you're right there. No, we got bombed by my cousin once. A couple times now, actually. I swear.
What?
Well, we were talking to Cheyenne, about the predatory adoption stuff. And then my cousin, comes in there and starts talking shit. So you have to understand the dynamics of that particular family. All the cousins in that particular part of the family, yeah, that's just who they are. And I love them for it. Like, I seriously love them for it. So yeah, I had to do this to get him to stop. Yeah, that video staying. Yeah, I'm not saying what I did. But let's just say it really got him to go away. And off topic. Yay, leftovers for dinner. Was sharking around looking for something to eat. Alright, so I can't be the only one. I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want. Open the refrigerator. Nothing there. Open the freezer. Nothing there. Open the pantry. Nothing there. Open the snack drawer. Nothing there. Let's go back to the refrigerator in case something magically appears.
Yes.
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 Or the famous line in my house,
Who in the hell bought ingredients instead of food? Usually me.
I love it.
For
How
me,
the
like
shark?
when I can't.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, go on.
You want me to get Gammas or come back out?
Oh,
Was that who? Was that you? See? You can nod.
that was my brother-in-law.
Oh, that was loud.
Yes. Go on.
Deverne was
because I
asking-
think you might yell.
How in the shark do you shark around unless it's Shark Week? Yeah, Shark Week. That's a term in our house that gets me in trouble. Like, what time of the month is it? Is it Shark Week? Smack! Yep, it's Shark Week. Cat gave a little worried face, thinking about what I want, then looked in the fridge. Yeah. And then Deverne, I thought Bexy said the famous wine. Yeah, we tend to go on tangents on this podcast.
I was like, I don't know anything about the famous wine, but I did see a meme about magical penis wine.
I don't
What
know.
did
that
I
was
just
me.
walk to?
Right.
I went to close my door. What did I just walk back to here?
She
I
walks
need
back
this
in. It's like, we're
meme.
talking about penis.
I need this meme, Bexy. I'm curious.
Group chat. I
Oh,
drink
okay.
regular penis wine when you could be drinking magical penis wine.
okay. So it's one of those. It is not made in America. That much is obvious. I think it's just a really bad translation.
Probably, but it still made me giggle.
Yeah, it literally says on the label "magical penis wine," and then right below that, it looks like simplified Chinese. So,
Yep. Product of a winery in China. Yep.
yep.
Produced under the supervision of the Beijing Medical University.
So it's magical medical penis wine. That's almost like the medicinal KFC episode from South Park.
Oh my god, I love that.
That was such a great episode.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna get a little bit of cancer, Sharon.
You cut this as Boston Market mashed potatoes. So no one can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. Now that's a quarter pounder. So Bex just sent a meme. It says when your dealer works at McDonald's and you order a quarter pounder, and it's a quarter pound of weed with buns and a cheese on it.
Beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It's back in my smoking days, that would have been gorgeous, but I don't do that anymore. So I tell you what, though, I'd open up a bag and take a deep
Gorgeous
breath.
to me.
Oh yeah, I'd take a deep breath because I love the smell still. So now Deverne's asking, so do you mean they made ejaculation wine? How long do they age the sperm wine? You mean it's not Ronald McDonald's ass?
Oh my god.
Deverne, this is why we love you. All right, so
Oh my.
anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay, so I mean, other than Shop Titans, which we play
Yeah.
sometimes more often than others, but we play.
Yeah.
What else do you play?
I play video games. I play a bunch of different games.
Oh, like
What type of games?
You got some gamers here, like all three of us.
I was like, I'm listening.
Oh, I jump from game to game to game. I mean, so like I popped on Ark Survival Evolved.
That's such a fun game.
I popped on that. I played Diablo. I like that.
She's got 600 gamer score.
Oh yeah, I've got like 600,000 gamer score for Xbox.
I'm not an Xbox person, so I don't know what that means. Bexy is in an Xbox house. She might know what that means.
I know what that means. I have an Xbox score, but it's really low because my Xbox is basically used for streaming services. I'm a Nintendo girl.
Oh, Nintendo. Well,
Yep,
I don't have a Switch. I just have an Xbox.
You got Bexy going and showing off all of her stuff.
I'm a total Nintendo girl, and Zelda is my jam.
Remember when we had Jamie on from Orange Lounge Radio, and she gave a tour? Jeez.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
like
There's some stuff.
that was like heaven.
Yeah.
Like it was literally like in areas that were wall to wall video games, like the disc cartridges, systems, boxes. They had a whole room of just pinball machines. Oh my God. I want to go play. I want to move in with her. Oh, yes. KV Kingdom. Yeah, you guys got to check this out. A little arrow pointing to themselves saying, so much of a gamer that I'm making a game while listening.
Holy crap.
I have poked around some of his games. I like them. I said, wow, you are definitely an RPG fan. And he's like, I just barely even started playing RPGs when I made this. I was like, but your attention to detail is amazing. Like, that is someone who's been playing these forever. So thanks for these little details. In the first game that I played, it started out with a very, kind of the generic, hey, go rescue somebody, blah, 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 kind of princess thing. But so what? If it's a little campy in the beginning, so what? Some of the best games start out campy. Deverne, I desperately want to date a gamer. Come on, gamer girl, come to me.
No,
I need a
too
fellow
busy
gamer
playing.
too.
All I can hear in my head is, come to Butthead.
I just did that too.
I know.
Oh yeah, go ahead, KV Kingdom. Drop your link if you want. All of his games right now are free if you want to go check them out. He's about to do a shameless self-promotion. Yes, Kat, I was playing on the game on my cell phone. I'll drop it in the Discord. For some reason, the Spreaker app on mobile, the links don't work.
No, they don't. It sucks.
kvkingdom.itch.io. And copy.
Hi. Thank you.
And I'm getting this posted now.
Hurrah!
Yeah, so the games are like there's Alora's Quest, Divinity 2. There's quite a few. And they're all like play in browser, Windows and Apple's platform. Yeah. A lot of games. Bad Art Gallery? Okay, I'm still playing that. I didn't see that before. Find the missing art pieces and restore the gallery. Yeah, that is right. Bad Ducks? Okay, this crazy like hand-drawn like stuff that you have here with like the like looks like I drew it or worse. It's like or actually better than what I could draw, honestly. When I said or worse, it's like me or doing worse. I love that kind of artwork in games. Like I seriously do. All right, so I'm about to drop that in our Discord, and I'll go ahead and throw it into our guild Discord too, just so that way it's there. That way, Lennon, if you want to try them out, they're there.
Definitely will.
You know what? Video games are art. It's going under the art exhibit.
There you go.
Yeah, they are art.
And I will die on this hill. Video games are art.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right there with you.
I agree.
Yeah, I do know that KV Kingdom is hoping to make a pay-for game here soon. Oh. Okay, Kat wants to play Stardew Valley. What do you need to do that? It works on any system. Literally, they have it on Steam, they have it on Xbox, they have it on PlayStation, they have it on the Switch, they have it on mobile. It is a fantastic game. Now, if you want to play multiplayer, you have to do one of the consoles or a PC or a Mac.
I need to put that
That's
on
what I
my
was-
Switch.
About to ask about. Thanks for that.
Oh, the multiplayer?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no multiplayer on mobile, and that pisses me off. Because my kids hog the TV. I don't get to play on my console. I have a PlayStation. I get to look at it collecting dust and go, I love you. I miss you. I hold the controllers and remember what it was like to play games. KV also said, I also agree video games are art. Vern, they're even more so since the graphics got better. And SSX Tricky, that game's a good one. Man, that's an old one. Yeah, I was going to say SSX Tricky, that is old school. Now, if you want one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, even though it's still a pixel art game by definition, Octopath Traveler.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's a good one.
That game is so gorgeous. Like, I want to get a Switch just for that game.
Xbox has it too.
If Xbox has it, then probably PlayStation has it. 'Cause like I said, I have a PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't know if PlayStation has it. I know Xbox definitely has it.
Yeah, I mean, one of my friends got a Switch, and they got that game like the day it was released. And I just sat down and looked at it and just watched him play. It's like, my god, this game is gorgeous. And it looks really fun, too, on top of that. Like, it's really engaging. Yeah, Devern, even with the Joy-Con drift, I want to Switch so much. This is why I date Gamer Girl.
It is unfortunately not on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Google Stadia.
Nothing I own.
Oh no.
KV makes up to like Shop Titans. I can't find anything like it, but when I max out equals boredom. Actually, Kat, I found a zombie apocalypse clone of Shop Titans, and I mean it is a ripoff of Shop Titans to the nth degree. It is, but they do have a feature that it's not in Shop Titans, where you have to team up with other people in your guild to protect your city when a zombie raid happens, and you have to get your players, like your heroes, to go and guard different buildings and stuff. And yeah, it's a trip. I'll have to find it again. Because, like, by myself, it sucked. Yeah, KV Kingdom. Like, if you ever play Shop Titans, basically, you are the shopkeeper, and the NPCs are the players. You get to be the shopkeeper. It's a pretty fun game. I've been playing it since the game was 3 months old. I was playing it before it got popular. Yeah, I've seen the game go through a lot of iterations. Like, when I started, Tier 7 was top. Yeah. Yeah, right now, there's someone that's has listened a couple times here.
Ooh.
And has been a guest. I was like, I haven't heard from you in a while. I was like, yeah, I need a clone. Reality of school, 2 jobs, and a birthday party this weekend. I'm a tad overwhelmed. So I went, Multiplicity. Great movie, by the way. Like, no shit, but law of unintended consequences. I'm like, yeah, just like Multiplicity. That movie is a study on unintended consequences. They haven't seen it.
I have not.
Okay, Multiplicity. It's Michael Keaton. He's a construction. I'd say he's a general contractor, like foreman for a construction company. And if you know construction, you know they basically work from sunrise to sunset every day. They almost never get any time off. They almost never get any time alone.
Okay.
And when you are a higher ranking in a larger construction company, you run multiple sites at a time. So you're constantly driving around between sites, making sure everything's staying on task, on schedule. You have to be there for all the inspections. You have to get things corrected. Yeah, it's hell. And he has a house that he bought as a fixer-upper, but he doesn't have time to fix it. His kids are getting older. They have scouts and ballet and all this stuff. And he never has time to go to those things. So he is working on this place called Gemini Lab or something like that. Which Gemini, of course, is the twins. It's a cloning facility. So they clone him. And behind the ear, they tattooed a number 2 on the clone. Because when the clone wakes up, it's like, okay, this is great. Where's the clone? You're the clone. No, I'm not. I remember coming in here. I remember doing this. I remember this. Yes. Up until the moment of cloning, you will have all the same memories, experiences, feelings, emotions, and everything. But now you two will start to diverge. Look behind your ear. Here's a mirror. Number 2. Well, shit. That means I'm the one that has to do all the work while you get to go and have family time. Yep. Well,
wow.
Then he discovers that the family life is just too much because he's not getting good quality time. It's low quality time. So he gets himself cloned again. Number 3 is the housekeeper. And he has them both living above the garage. Well, the one is just an absolute workhorse. Goes out to the work sites, works constantly. The second one, he starts getting a lot more feminine and starts doing all the housework stuff. Well, they don't have time to take care of their own pets, so the clones clone themselves. And this one's the idiot. And he's fucking amazing.
Oh, no.
If you ever hear the quote, "Did you bring me a monkey?" Or "She touched my Peppy, Steve." Yeah, that's Multiplicity. Multiplicity is extremely quotable, very memeable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the unintended consequences really hits, especially when he's out doing whatever it is that he needed. Oh, he was out on a boat trip. The other 3 clones were there, and the rule was no clone Nookie, only original Nookie. Well, she wound up sleeping with all 3 of the clones.
Damn.
It has Eugene Levy in it. It has Andy McDowell in it. It is a great movie. Good cast. Harold Ramis is the writer and director of it, who was Egon from the Ghostbusters. So, I mean, it is such an underrated movie. It is so funny.
What, buddy?
Yeah, Drummond saw it. It's a good movie. Better than Sixth Day. I can't say I've seen Sixth Day. How about we shock the monkey with Peter? That's what Deverne just said. Peter Gabriel, shock the monkey. That was such a good song. And then Coal Chamber and Ozzy Osbourne did a cover of it back in the late 90s. And it was fucking fantastic. So, I know things were rough a little bit when I first met you, Lennon. You want to talk a little bit about that?
It's okay if not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what to say. I was not on the right medication at the time. I was basically being used as a guinea pig and being put on different medication. And so every month or 2 months, there would be a new medication. And never really got a chance to see if it would work. It would just be like, oh, it's not working. Let's shove another pill down your throat.
But I mean, you got to give it time for those side effects to either start to subside and see the benefits, or find out, okay, the side effects are not going away or they're getting worse. If you go too fast, you're not giving it time. What the hell? I'm sure you know this.
My life. Yeah, I know this. But I'm not the psychiatrist. So, so that's what I was going through. And unfortunately, not being on the right medication made my PTSD symptoms were off the chart and really bad.
And you being a fight person and not flight person.
Exactly.
Could we say you might have gotten a little combative at times? Just a teensy bit. No, I mean, it's definitely... It sounds like you're in a much, much better place. I mean, even just chatting with you... And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I hadn't talked to you in so long. I got so wrapped up in everything else. But then I was like, just when you started talking, I was like, wow, you are in a better place. Like, it came through.
Well, I appreciate that. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes it feels like I'm in the same old funk. But you, Drummel, and some other people have said I'm in a much better place.
It really does shine through, and that's amazing. Uh-oh. It looks like C just changed their avatar to a cat. You see, Cat asks C, do you have a kitty? And C's like, I do have a kitty. He's sitting here with me.
Yes,
said,
he
our
is.
chat
He was
can-
meowing at me.
I heard the meows. Buster, Buster, Buster! Buster's in here now. I want to show off Buster to you, Lennon. Buster, Buster! Oh, come here, Buster. Oh, come here, Buster. He's like, but I was asleep. Yeah, but you're just a puppy. You can go back to sleep really quickly. Oh, here's my Buster.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, enjoy Buster, Buster, Buster. I love you, Buster, Buster. There you go.
I've got 2 cats that also really help.
There should be an addendum to that. I love you, Buster. I love you, Buster, until you chew my headphones. Then I'm mad at you for a bit.
Oh, you know what I found yesterday? One of my shoes out in the backyard in the sprinkler.
Oh, how fun, soggy foot.
Yes. But you know what? A little bit of water is a lot better than having my shoe chewed to pieces, which he did not do, thankfully.
Well, that's good.
Chewing.
Yeah, I'm reading what C was saying there. Like Kat was saying, I love loving the chirpy sounds, the C going aw. I love it too. I also try talking with him when he meows at me. I like to hold conversations. Yeah, that's Ryuk with me. I just look at him and I go, hi, Ryuk. He's meow. Hi, Ryuk. Meow. How you doing? Meow. Otherwise,
I have
he's
a
quiet.
I have a cat that does that. Chaos does that. My cat.
Aww.
Yeah.
That is
That's
a
awesome.
great name for a cat, too.
What's your kitty's name, see?
His name is Bam Bam, but my family likes to call him Derp Derp.
Oh, I love it.
Is he a bit derpy?
Yes, he is a bit derpy. That's why they call him that.
It's
My
okay.
poor buddy.
All right, so Lennon, do you have Chaos and who else?
Phoenix.
Hey!
Chaos and Phoenix.
What a coincidence,
Aw.
considering the guild name.
Yeah.
Diverge all Victor Chaos the cat. I like animals that'll have conversations with me. Buster will actually, if I go "Arr, roar, 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 roar," to him and he's kind of close to me, he starts to
Chippy will talk to me.
Although if I do it too
Chippy
much, he
does
starts
that.
to howl because he's a beagle and that's all he does. I hear talking. Yeah, no. And we also have another cat, Rocco. The only time he talks at you is when he sees the bottom of his food dish, whether it's empty or not. If he sees the bottom,
It's empty and
It's-
you must refill.
yes. And he does the meow. It's like, Jesus, do your lungs go all the way down to your ankles? Because goddamn. I keep saying he's part accordion.
Mine likes to meow when he doesn't get gravy. Or if he wants to go outside, or if he wants to play, or if he just wants to talk. He's very talkative.
I like the talkative cats. I love
So
cats.
do
They
I.
do not love me. I'm allergic to them, but I love them.
And DeVern caught the reference. He was asking, does Rocco have a modern life with you? Rocco's Modern Life.
I love that show.
That show was great. My favorite was Really, Really Big Man and His Nipples of Future Seeing.
Oh my god. The nipples of the future.
Although
This is so great.
my favorite episode was Everything $5.
I love the episode where Heifer is supposed to be in hell, learning that he's, a selfish friend and everything like that, but he's just annoying the shit out of, like, the Grim Reaper, whose name is Peaches.
Those writers were over the top.
They were. I loved Rocco's Modern Life. It was great.
Wedgie boy.
I mean, they got away with some stuff on that cartoon that I didn't realize until I was older. Like, Rocco was a phone sex worker in one episode.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was a model for boxers called Wedgie Boy.
Yes. Wedgie boy.
Their favorite form of entertainment was riding jackhammers.
Yes. They had a TV show called The Fatheads.
I never saw that. I never even heard of that.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't even know what the Fatheads were, but they beat each other with parking meters and
What?
it was weird.
Did you ever see
And it was created by their neighbor, Mr. and Mrs. Bighead's son, Ralph Bighead, created the Fatheads, and Rocco and Heifer and Filbert love it.
That's funny. So it's almost like Itchy and Scratchy,
Yeah.
the show within the
It's
show.
a cartoon. It's a cartoon within the cartoon, yeah.
I don't know why, but you brought a cartoon named Mad into my head for some reason, Bexy. Like, I don't know why that memory popped up, but it did.
I don't know if I know that cartoon.
It was weird. Like, you just saying weird made it pop into my head. Like, it was very distinct. It was
Ren
called
and Stimpy
Mad.
was weird too. Like, seriously.
So was Happy Tree Friends.
I love
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
Tree Friends.
Yeah.
That is a show that you can use to traumatize people if you really
Yes.
want to. It is so cutesy and fucking disturbing at the same time.
Oh my god, it was great.
DeVern said, I still don't know how that show made it on air yet. Our country still is weird about sex. Yeah, DeVern, you missed out on the greatest stuff of the 80s and 90s. Like, seriously. The craziest shit was on TV then. And then, it was like 9/11 happened and all of a sudden all TV sucked. Everything sucked after that. Because, I mean, we had, in living color, one of the funniest, most racy, not racist, racy sketch comedies ever. And it was on freaking primetime Fox at a time where I could watch it as a kid.
I remember watching that because I loved Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown. I also love
Fire Marshal Bill.
Fire Marshal Bill's great. Vera DeMilo.
Yes.
And then, of course, there was LaWanda. Hey! There was Married with Children, which would never make it today.
Right.
I mean, so many shows. You guys missed out on so much. I feel so bad for, like, C's generation. You guys missed out on some fantastic TV.
My
Because
name
nobody was offended.
My name in Pokemon Go is because I used to love one of the characters on the TV show Martin.
Loved Martin.
So my character's name on Pokemon Go is Forever Shanae.
One of the greatest little his stand-up "You So Crazy" to this day in my mind is still one of the funniest stand-up routines that has ever been. It is way up there. It is so funny, and it is so wrong.
Great.
I was actually talking to a customer one time. It was a Saturday morning. You know, I was working a weekend shift, and I've got to hold this person, and they're like, I just got out of the shower, and we were talking a little bit, and she discovered I was a fan of Martin Lawrence. And she's all, I just got out of the shower, I'm all glistening. I just died. I was just laughing my ass off. You have to see that routine, though. It's specific to the You So Crazy routine. Yeah, Deverne was saying, I saw a lot of those shows as in cartoons still, up until 2006 when it all left the TV. We wouldn't have a PC world if 9/11 hadn't took place. I agree. Ha! Cat! 2 snaps. Men on film. Men on travel. Please, Lennon, tell me you watched some of these.
No, I wasn't. In the 90s, I wasn't allowed to watch those type of shows.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
Well, the good news is, a lot of these like shows, like the best of, you can find on YouTube.
I'll have to take a look and check them out.
And this is back when Jim Carrey was legitimately funny. Like, not what he's become.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drummo, I did. Yeah. Deverne just said humanity itself is a collective age, and in 9/11, humanity saw a society grew up and we got depressed over and overprotective. Yeah, we've all become helicopter parents. We've all been really afraid to offend someone. Like, I don't want to trigger people. I don't. But I don't mind offending people occasionally. No, it's like, you're offended. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Offend me back, please. I need this. I like that old back and forth.
Mm.
You know, but again, it's like
I love to get into a good meme war.
Oh, I love meme wars. I went on a long meme war with my middle daughter's, long distance relationship boyfriend. They're still together, by the way. I mean, they've been together now, 7 years, 8 years, something like that. They've been together a long time. And I discovered that he hates rage face comic memes. The classic memes, the old school memes. As he calls them, the cancer memes. So all I do is send him cancer memes. Then he was like, can you even do a dank meme? And back at the time, what was really popular was, the one with the butterfly. Is this, and like, whatever. Is this the patriarchy? Or whatever? Yeah. It also had that one where the guy was being choked against the wall. And also had the Master Chief saying, wait, that's illegal. So I did, I mashed them together, where it looked like the butterfly guy was choking the guy up against the wall, and it said, "Is this hentai?" And the Master Chief go, "Wait, that's illegal." And he's like, "Okay, that's dank." Okay, Deverne was talking about Twitter again. Tweet about, hey, yay! C's gonna see who's just joined on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Lennon, I gotta ask. When you saw those videos that I post on our Discord, of those face swaps.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen those.
What do you think of them?
They're funny.
They're a little disturbing, but they're funny.
Yeah.
I think it's a little. I think they're funny because they're a little disturbing.
Yeah, but they're funny.
No, I definitely. I sit there. I go through. It's like, so for people who are wondering, I tend to gravitate between having a goatee and a beard. You know, like a full beard. And when I took my picture for face swap, I had a goatee at the time. And I face swap with whatever happens to be the most scantily clad female things that I can. Like the Victoria's Secret models or Latinas dancing and videos and stuff. And I put my face on them and then I drop them in our Discord on occasion. And then I get to hear about it from everybody. I get people going, why do you hate me so much? Why must you torture me like this? And of course, I'm laughing. I'm not even like giggling. I'm full blown belly laughing by that point. Maybe I should drop one in our Discord for the podcast. And I found a few where it has like the group photos where it's like 5 or 6 faces you could swap out. So I do all of them as me. And most people don't catch that every face in the frame is me. KV Kingdom just said, sounds like some exceptionally cursed images there. Oh yeah. Very much so. And yes, I gotta say it. Porch Drunkie in the house! So I don't see both of them. I have to go with a single Porch Drunkie. In case you're wondering, Lennon, we have a listener. May is in our chat room right now. May has been a major influencer for this podcast, namely in the fact that her and her husband invited me to be on their podcast, which was my very first podcast experience. They have been a huge backer of this podcast. Like, this podcast wouldn't be what it is today without May and her husband. So yeah, it's awesome. May just said, yes, let us live vicariously through thought, E. And then Cat's all, you can't look away. Quite disturbing. See? That's why I do it. You get that conflicted, what the hell? Just the other day, yeah? Yeah, I saw a thing that said, be a Victoria's Secret model. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Poor Foxy. Yeah, seriously, Foxy Box. She's the one that gets the most tortured by it. Lennon's busted up right now, too. Please tell me that Drummel's busted up, too. I should have a video of what my face looks like as I post these things.
You just need to repost them in the podcast Discord.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to have my face on the podcast. I like the anonymity.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind guests seeing me, obviously. But yeah. Kat said, I think you permanently traumatized her. God, I hope so. Bexy just shakes her head with that rueful smirk. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't want to permanently traumatize anybody. But it is kind of fun knowing that after I do that, if I drop even a meme or any kind of image, somebody, Moxie, is going to look at the notification and go, oh God, do I even want to see that?
Yeah. Well, I'm the girl who has to remember to put her drink down before she opens up text messages from you.
How many times have you sprayed your phone?
More times than I can count, and it's been coffee, water, Gatorade, milk, and potato chips.
Through the nose.
Through the nose.
Ouch.
On multiple occasions.
Ah.
Yeah. And there's that one
potato chip bitch.
Yeah, there's one guest I had that I texted them twice in a row. Twice in a row! Back to back, within minutes of each other. Both times, out the nose on the phone. Like, I didn't think you'd be able to get me a second time! Yeah, I can. And last night I had someone saying that they were in pain. They were laughing so hard because there was a meme that I saw. They showed a package of chicken legs. and circled at the bottom it said back legs only.
I saw that today. Oh my god, I laughed so hard.
I was like, that raises so many uncomfortable questions. Like, what chickens have back legs? I mean, that's a designation. That's weird. I was like, I looked it up. It's like, it's got to be Gallus chernobylis. You know, the Chernobyl chicken. And I was like, not to be confused with the three-legged chicken, Gallus long islandus, or the three-winged chicken, Gallus fukushimus. And it's definitely not the one with the lungs hanging out the beak, Gallus wuhanus.
Oh no.
KV Kingdom sounds like a good monster for a horror game. Like, seriously! A multi-legged chicken. That's just... And then she sent me a picture, and it looked like it's supposed to be a picture of a four-legged chicken with two legs sticking way out to the side. And I went, all I hear is Hancock saying, I'm going to take your head and shove it up that chicken's butt. Then I sent the meme back with the little text bubble, and it said muffled chicken screaming.
You know, you're talking about chickens with multiple legs and stuff like that. All I could think is that's Link's worst nightmare. Because you know in The Legend of Zelda, if you smack a chicken enough, it'll attack you and kill you.
Yeah. But here's the thing. What you just said, multi-legged chicken. All chickens are multi-legged. They have to have two.
This is true.
Kind of like, hey, my straw has a hole in it. Well, yeah. How else is it supposed to work? Asshole, it has an extra hole that doesn't belong. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Chickens with more than two legs. Let me clarify that.
Okay. And Drummel just said, love Hancock. Yeah, Hancock was a great movie. Like, seriously, like, the critics seem to hate it. I freaking loved it. We need a picture of you in a truck, Cat, but you are driving and your face is sideways, head with a tongue out, plastered on your face. What? Yeah, Cat, what? Back legs? Yeah, a chicken with back legs only. That was in the package. No front legs. No other legs, just the back legs.
I don't know why, but the thought of that just makes me want to make random creatures.
So, I came up with one. I was talking to a streamer that hasn't streamed in like a week. It's really bothering me because I really like this person. I hope they're not too terribly off. You know, maybe they got sick and hopefully it's not COVID. And if it is COVID, hopefully it's not bad. But,
yeah.
They go by Medusa. And I came up with an idea. It's a creature that's the opposite of a Medusa. It has a human body with snake snake tails for legs, and instead of turning things to stone, it turns stone into puppies and butterflies.
Okay.
And I sent that to one of my D&D friends. He's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" Puppy making creature.
I want the puppy making creature. I need all the puppies.
And so Drummel said that, you know, wishes that Hancock had a sequel, which I agree. And then the love story in Hancock is so relatable, was what May was saying. I love you, but we're legit toxic for each other. And you know what? That happens.
Yeah, it does.
You can be in love with someone and recognize, yeah, this is bad. Except that they were like literally physically toxic to each other. Is that Chippy?
No, this is
Aw,
Buttercup.
Oh, that's
your little
Buttercup.
buddy.
I was going to say, that's Blep.
Yeah, that's my blep girl. My toothless baby. With her paw down my shirt. Thank you, Butters.
It's warm there!
Yeah, when they're not trying to kill me.
And Drummel was just saying, I think that was one of Will Smith's best roles. Honestly, I have to agree. It was so dynamic of a role. You know, he was a superhero who had lost his identity, who was lost in the world, and just, you know, he felt deeply and he acted upon what was right, even if it went wrong. Like, hey, hey, this car's about to get hit by the train. Let's stop the train. You could have just moved the car or the person, you know. Let the train do its thing, as opposed to that massive derailing that just happened.
Oh.
His heart was in the right place. You know, it was a really good role. Another movie that I thought was really fantastic. It wasn't Will Smith. It was actually Tom Hanks. Road to Perdition.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people think about it. You know, you think, oh, Tom Hanks. Road to Perdition. Perdition must be a good thing. Fuck, no, it's not. Look up the word perdition. Basically, it's the road to hell. It's the road to perdition. Like self-damning. He was part of the mafia. Like, we're talking Al Capone time mafia. And he wanted to make sure his son did not become a part of it. And Jude Law's in it. And seriously, that was back when Jude Law was, like, amazing.
Oh, Chippy.
So, Drummel, you want to talk about awesome roles about drinking? If you ever watched Supernatural, when Castiel got drunk.
I found a liquor store and I drank it.
Yeah. Castiel, are you drunk? No. Yes. What did you do? I found a liquor store. And I drank it. Just... May was just saying, Hancock was the greatest literary anti-hero. Also, Road to Perdition is by far the prettiest movie ever shot. I don't know that it was the prettiest movie ever shot, but it was fantastic. One of the prettiest movies I ever saw, and I mean, it comes at you like, basically like an ADHD child. Because it really does. Moulin Rouge. Their use of color palettes is phenomenal.
It is beautiful.
I loved Castiel until Castiel was no longer Castiel. Like, he lost his wings, he lost a lot of his powers, and he just became kind of a bitch. I'm sorry, but he did. But yeah, Castiel was my favorite for a long time. Until he wasn't. And for, you know, personal for some reasons, Lucifer's my favorite character on Supernatural.
Mine too.
Although, if you want to go for ancillary characters, Charlie.
Cried so much.
So, Lennon, you ever watch Supernatural?
No, I've never seen it.
Drummel, you've watched it and Lennon hasn't? Oh.
Don't worry, Lennon. I haven't watched it either.
Well, but you don't watch TV. So.
I watch certain shows.
Thank you very much.
It's on my list to watch. I just haven't got to it yet.
I was going to say, I'm going to put a ring of salt around Drummel and start an exorcism. I think that one of the best single role for a single episode in Supernatural, it was The French Mistake, Misha being Misha.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was so goddamn funny. Misha Migos.
Doesn't work on an angel.
They're like, I love it that he actually went back to the writers and went, this is great, but I'm not douchey enough. Make me more of a douche. That was awesome. And I love the prank that they pulled on the fan base, too. At least they're talking again. That was so fucked up. They fucked with the fan base hard on that episode, and that was great. Oh, so Drummel hasn't seen the last 3 seasons. Oh, God, the last 3 seasons were so good.
Oh my god, they are good.
I'm not going to lie. I bawled my eyes out on the season finale.
Me too. I have not been able to rewatch that.
I can't rewatch that episode. I can't.
Me either.
It was so good, but it ripped my heart out. And then it put it back in a very happy way where I bawled my eyes out in a happy way. That episode was so emotional. I still like my idea for how to finish the episode or the season or the whole series. I thought it was a good series finale, but honestly, I do think they topped it. What they did was phenomenal. King of the Hill's coming back. How did we get on? Okay, we're on a huge tangent here. So, Lennon, what are you working on while we're tangenting? It looks like you're busy doing something.
No, I'm not doing anything.
It's like, oh, just playing World of Warcraft. Why?
No.
I haven't seen Endgame. I know. Really bad of me. I've watched a lot of the Marvel movies, and I haven't seen Endgame.
You've never played World of Warcraft.
I did watch it wasn't Endgame. It was the one before Endgame. We know when the snap happened.
Infinity War?
Yeah, Infinity War. I did see that, but I didn't see Endgame. I did see the end. I did see Ant-Man and the Hornet, which
The Wasp.
or the Wasp. Yeah, that ending was kind of a heart ripper. Just kind of. I haven't seen Captain Marvel, and I don't know that I want to. I loved Black Panther. I love Iron Man. Iron Man, the whole Spider-Man series, I am absolutely fascinated with it. I still haven't seen No Way Home. I have to see that. Spider-Man's always been my favorite superhero. By far. Now, as far as my favorite anti-hero, I really can't tell you. It's either Venom or Deadpool, because fuck, they're funny. Devern just said Guardians of the Galaxy is my only Marvel movie. Guardians of the Galaxy was phenomenal. I had never heard of it before. But there's like, oh, Chris Pratt's in it. Okay, I'm watching it. Because Chris Pratt is my spirit animal.
Haven't you ever heard of Star-Lord? It's called a mixtape. Haven't you ever seen one? We got incoming. It's time to rock.
He sits on the top shelf of my shelf over here, and he guards the door.
What are you doing? It's called a dance-off. Just distracting you, you big dummy.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Adam.
Yes, child.
He heard you playing with your toys. And Becky has to mute because Adam's coming there.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, Devern, that question you just asked, how do you fuck someone's funny, is a great question. But in order to truly understand what you ask, you have to watch Donnie Darko and figure out how to suck a fuck. Lennon, you have seen Donnie Darko, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
How exactly does one suck a fuck?
Oh.
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
Oh, it's a good movie.
May was just asking, spirit animal or man crush when it comes to Chris Pratt? It's definitely spirit animal.
Well, I agree with that.
Definitely. I love the fact that in Parks and Rec, he literally would not stop ad-libbing shit until he made Keith Olbermann laugh. That was his goal every time. Like, I got bubble gut. What? You know, bubble gut, hot snakes. Have you ever get wipe and keep wiping like there's a marker there?
That close, iced coffee almost came out my nose.
He came up with this shit on his own. That's the best part. May was just saying Donnie Darko is one of my top 5 favorite movies. The director's cut is my number 1 favorite movie. Hands down. Another top 5 movie was, again, it's another Jake Gyllenhaal movie, Nightcrawler. It's one of those movies that if you haven't, when you watch it your first time, you'll be done with the movie and be like, what the fuck did I just watch? That's an hour and a half or 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. But then it sits in your head. then you go to sleep considering the movie and thinking about it and thinking about it. And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, that movie was actually pretty good. A couple days later, you're like, God damn it, I need to watch that movie again. Yeah, Nightcrawler gets into your head. It is a good movie. Oh my God, it's a good movie. It is so, so dark. It is one of the darkest movies I ever saw. And that's not why it's good. It's just that it's one of those situations that, with the way the world is today, this could literally happen and no one would be able to, it would be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that really happened. It could be kind of like Idiocracy. It's a movie that wound up becoming a documentary. Let's see, Deverne, my only man crush is Keith Murray of We Are Scientists. All right, Lennon.
Yes.
Who's your Hollywood crush?
Keanu Reeves.
That's a worthy one. Seriously, Keanu Reeves, that's worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Heath Ledger.
Oh, rest in peace, Heath.
He's a handsome man.
He was a gorgeous man. Bexy?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yep, that's a good one.
That's a good one, too.
I want a shirt that says my perfect weight is Jeffrey Dean Morgan on top of me. I'd wear it proudly. Everywhere.
That is amazing! Oh my God, of course, if I wore a shirt that said who I wanted on top of me, I'd be taken to HR and probably gotten thrown to jail. It's like, you can't do that. Oh, Drummel just said, unless you saw Matrix 4. Yeah, okay, so here's something I learned today. That's they were back at the first Matrix, so they were the Wachowski brothers. Then they became the Wachowski siblings, now they're the Wachowski sisters. They disagreed so fucking hard on the script that only one of them made the movie. The other one wanted nothing to do with it for the fourth Matrix. And it bombed so bad that the studio said, you guys will you girls will never, ever make another Matrix movie on our dime again. You're done.
I could only get through 5 minutes of it. It was awful.
That's what I heard. May was saying Stardust, Donnie Darko, Equilibrium, John Wick, and What Dreams May Come in no particular order. Ooh, Kat said Sam Elliott. That's a good one.
I watched it all.
RDJ.
Oh, I love me some. I love Sam Elliott.
I met
but
Sam
the man
Elliott.
should never be allowed to shave his mustache.
Oh, that was the worst thing he ever did. Yeah, I met him. He is genuinely a great person.
I love the fact that now he's playing the mayor on Family Guy.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, God, I gotta get back into Family Guy now. God damn it. My favorite celebrity cameo on Family Guy? Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Someone to care for, to be there for. I have James Woods.
All right, so I guess we got to get to my celebrity crush. God, if I had to pick one, that is challenging because there's so many good ones out there. I'm going to get hell for it because it's kind of cliche. Some people really can't stand this person. Jennifer Lawson. I just like her down-to-earthness. She tells it like she sees it. She doesn't give a fuck.
That is not who I thought you were going to say.
Who did you think I was going to say?
Shakira.
Oh, I do love me some Shakira. She's literally just one day older than me.
I know.
That's it. Just one day. I would love to actually just meet her. You know, just be like, you know, I mean, she's fantastic. Her message has always been a very positive message. She's a fantastic person. Another one that I love to death, because they're just a fantastic person. I may not care much about their music. There's a few songs I really do love. Katy Perry. Another person that would not bend on their principles and did it their way. Devern Coleman. I have James Woods. LOL. That was just on FXX the other day. His voice swoons. That was Cat. You know who has a fantastic voice? H. John Benjamin. The voice of Archer and the voice of Bob on Bob's Burgers.
Yes.
Like, that is such a great voice. That is up there with the dude that does Kronk on The Emperor's New Groove. And does Joe Swanson on Family Guy.
Yeah.
John Krasinski. This is Drumble saying, John Krasinski and I share the same exact birthday. You know what's funny is my son's birthday? Miley Cyrus's birthday. I gave him so much shit for that for so long.
Do you know who shares my birthday?
Who?
Bruce Willis.
Nice. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Exactly.
So, at this point, Lennon, are you on a stable med regimen? Like, no more mix and match and switcheroo?
Yes. Yes.
That's good.
They're lowering some of my meds, but it's the same medication, at least.
That's good. And I mean, if they're lowering it, that's also a good sign.
Oh, yeah.
Like, your body's responding very positively then.
Yes. Yeah.
And the Devern just said about Miley Cyrus. Can't she leave on the wrecking ball that she came in on? Miley Cyrus is my dirty want. Yeah, every guy has their dirty want. They're one that's like, that woman, there's nothing right about it, but I want her. Like Lindsay Lohan. There's nothing right about her, but you want her. The dirty want.
Oh, yeah.
Do women have a dirty want?
Yes.
All right, who's your dirty want?
Okay, back in, like, my 20s and shit like that.
So, Billy Ray Cyrus.
No. Emilio Estevez. Because you just know he's fucking dirty.
I mean, Charlie Sheen's brother. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Drummo, Brittany.
It's Brittany, bitch! Sorry.
Lennon just shot daggers. At least we're not talking about the Ross 5. All right, C, do you have a dirty want?
Man, I don't know. Maybe.
Exhume the corpse. That's my dirty want. No, just...
No. I guess a guy that I had a crush on back in like 5th grade. His name was Thomas. He was really attractive.
Oh, he's just someone like you knew in person.
Yes.
All right, Lennon, you have a dirty want?
Rob Zombie.
That's a good one. Seriously.
God.
Damn, that's a good one.
Oh, I could say that back in my teenage years, Marilyn Manson was one of those, oh my God kind of things for me.
Rob Zombie's wife was one for me. She's fucking gorgeous. Shania Salt, too. But, I mean, bass-playing chicks are just awesome. You know? If you don't know who Shania Salt is, she was the bass player for White Zombie.
I mean, honestly, how many guys back in the 80s weren't in love with what's her name from the Bengals with the eyes? Susanna?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, everybody.
Everybody loved her.
Hey, Susanna, do you realize that you personally could have repopulated the Earth with the number of knuckle children that were fired off because of you?
Knuckle children. Those go right along with the skin babies.
Knuckle children, skin babies, baby batter. Drummo saying Emilio, sure, although Charlie is dirtier. The Deverne said Upshaw or Billie Eilish. Them girls. Oh, Billie Eilish is freaking gorgeous. May, Dirty Want, Kevin Spacey. It used to be a totally innocent. I find this man intellectually attractive until... Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I loved everything about him until. But if you ever get the chance, go on YouTube, watch him do his impersonations. He's literally the best impersonation, or whatever, impersonist I have ever seen. Ever. And, I mean, he was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon is no slouch when it comes to impersonations. He's good. He looked horrible next to Kevin Spacey. That's how good Kevin Spacey is. Like, Kevin Spacey was such a talented guy. Why? Just why? So many movies, so many shows that I loved, all ruined. It's one of those things where I have to, like, reconcile the fact that, kind of like with Tom Cruise, great actor, shit person. And it's not everybody else's fault that was involved in the production and the making of these movies and TV shows, and the rest of the cast and all that he was a shit person. It's not their fault.
Right.
So I can still go ahead and, I guess, enjoy him for everybody else.
Oh, baby boy. Come here.
And Maya was saying that's why it's my dirty want. I just can't quit him. Yeah, Drummel, Usual Suspects, American Beauty, House of Cards. Exactly. Oh my God, 3 of the greatest roles that he ever took.
Have you ever watched Baby Driver?
I have not, but 7.
Yes.
Another great Kevin Spacey. Baby Driver's another one?
Baby Driver is very good. And it has Ansel Elgort in it, and John Hamm, and it's about, robberies and...
Oh my God! Chases. Spider! You gotta check the chat. There's an oh my God, a spider. Took a while, but I made it. So this is someone that I play I play World of Warcraft with. And every time I see it, because his name on it was just oh my God, spider. So every time I see it, be oh my God, spider! I haven't seen Baby Driver.
Funny.
Yeah, May was saying Baby Driver is so good. Another really good one I thought was way underrated was K-Pax.
Very underrated, but good movie.
The banana scene. Best scene
Yeah.
in all of Hollywood. Changed my mind. If you watch that scene and you're not a little bit uncomfortable... Yep, Drummel. Yeah, Drummel. We've seen a lot of the same movies here. Oh, yep, May too. Yeah, K-Pax was way underrated. So the question is for you guys, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody else because it was an underrated movie. It flew under the radar. A lot of people haven't seen it that probably should. Even though it's Kevin Spacey, it's still such a good story. Was he or wasn't he? I think he was. And I'm just leaving it at that. If you've seen K-Pax, I think you know the question I'm asking. Because it was the whole debate throughout the entire fucking movie. I think he was. May said he was. Oh, God. The greatest movie I ever saw with him. Oh, God, what was that called? It was with him and Kate Winslet. Let's pull up. Yes, we know Kate Winslet was known for Titanic. And she wasn't really known for Titanic. It was a certain part of her anatomy that was known for Titanic. If we're going to be completely honest.
Do you mean American Beauty, or
No.
that's not?
No. She wasn't in American Beauty. American Beauty was amazing, by the way. Again, great cinematography, great use of color palettes.
Adam.
It's an older movie here. I'm getting into the right area. Hey.
The Life of David Gale.
That's the one! The Life of David Gale.
I actually liked him in Beyond the Sea.
If The Life of David Gale doesn't make you question everything, nothing will. That movie was so out of here. So good, so good. Aww. Apparently, while I'm on this podcast, my wife took my two youngest to go see my exact middle daughter. And they sent pictures of them together. I didn't get to see her. She got back from the East Coast. I haven't seen her since.
Aww.
He was also in Hear No Evil, See No Evil? Really? The Richard Pryor movie? I'm asking May. So, I mean, I guess we're really off topic here. Don't really have much more to talk about, so we might want to wrap this up. Really? Okay, so I'm going to have to look that up now. Because May is saying that, yeah, he was in that See No Evil, Hear No Evil, that fucking amazing comedy. So, Lennon, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I know it's not easy coming on this podcast. It could be stressful. But we try
really. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, really, really super proud of you for, sharing, and you've done basically all of this good work, on your own for the most part, and that's amazing. You have so much strength, and you never stopped and you never quit, and I'm so glad you're still here.
Same.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you and Drummel are helping each other to become the best versions of yourselves that you can be.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you guys found each other. And I'm glad that you guys also found our guild. Seriously. I love having you guys in it. It just wouldn't be the same without you. So, on that note, let's see. What's next week? What is next week? It's my birthday.
Oh, yay!
I'm going to be doing a podcast on my birthday. My wife didn't like the idea at first, but I was like, well, we always celebrate during the weekend. Oh, yeah, huh? Okay, so no big deal. So, yes. Actually, what's funny is that this Saturday, my second granddaughter turns 1.
Aww.
Yep, and then, so it'll be my birthday. I haven't decided what I want to do for the episode. I reserved it for me. I kind of want to do another arts episode where we share music and we share poetry, stories, photos, pictures, digitally drawn or hand drawn, whatever. I'm really going to push hard to try to get my middle daughter on because she is an amazing artist. She's a very skilled pianist, and she does amazing artwork. I'll have to try to find it again. She did this with homemade colored chalk. Drew a picture of a pumpkin that looked real using chalk. And the fucking pumpkin was like 10 feet wide. It was huge. It took up a major part of our patio. It was so beautiful. So yeah, I'd like to get her to get on here and share some stuff too. But yeah, I definitely want to do an artsy thing. Poetry won't be allowed this time. Sorry, Bexy. There's the middle finger! That's what I was aiming for. Oh, the cat walking far behind in steps due to dental appointment. I'm so sorry, cat. I mean, I know that they like to yank the teeth out of felines eventually, but Jesus. You're not actually a cat. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking about doing that, unless something else inspires me between now and then. So, in the meantime, again, thank you very much, Lennon, for coming on. Appreciate it. Finally got to put a face to the name. Lord knows I put my face on our guild Discord enough. All right, so until next week, I'm E.
I'm Bexy.
I'm C.
And we'll catch you on the next episode.